Now we're going to get to the last big game, and this is where the homerism comes in. Sorry, I picked the show. I make the rules. My LSU Tigers are going down to Los Angeles, and they're going to take on UCLA Bruins. This number is still going backwards. It is 3 now. It was 4 earlier in the week. We got to see UCLA play. We haven't seen LSU play in a long time. The last time they did play, though, looked pretty damn good against Florida. They looked pretty damn good against an Ole Miss football team. Both those teams we thought were good, and we thought LSU was bad, and they were just a bunch of young bucks. Now, not so young. Going to Los Angeles, playing the Bruins. This number is 3. The total is 65.5, so it's the biggest total we've got in the big games that we're playing. Sam, tell me what the game's going to look like.
I don't think UCLA is as good as what we saw in week 0 against Hawaii. I think that, Zach Charbonnet did great. 6 carries, 100-plus yards, and a touchdown. Big runs for him. Looked sharp. But Dorian Thompson-Robinson was not that he was off. And if you're off against a Hawaii team, what's going to happen when the LSU Tigers come to town? It's going to be a different atmosphere at the Rose Bowl. I mean, UCLA, they're giving out tickets left, right, and everywhere. Every UCLA student got a ticket. They were handing out tickets to high school kids. They're handing out tickets to first responders. They want to fill that stadium up as much as they possibly can. They're expecting 20,000 LSU fans, and I'm guessing that number is going to be even higher.
I'm about to say that I think their expectations are going to be met and exceeded. They're going to sell tickets to LSU people, I'm anxious and I'm nervous. Here's what I'm nervous about. The defense was awful last year.
Yeah.
The defense has been completely overhauled. Okay, are they go? Because talent-wise, they got the best defense in the world. Okay, secondary should be no issue. Stingley Jr. is the best cornerback in football, and he might be one of the best DBs that we have seen in 10 years. I mean, he's that level good. He's got that kind of pedigree, but last year he didn't show it, and neither did the rest of the defense.
I mean, Bo Pelini.
Well, I understand. Listen, nobody hates that son of a bitch more than I do. Okay, listen, we're not hiding feelings here. Okay, I'm just telling you. Now that Bo's gone and we got a new DC in, we didn't get a first choice. He chose Notre Dame, which I understand and I respect. There's a big question mark to LSU fans there, simply because we have seen scheming and communication on the defensive side of the ball be so important that you took a world-class defense and you made them one of the worst defenses in the country, the dead last worst defense in the SEC outside of Vanderbilt. That is not good.
No.
I need to know that Chip Kelly is not going to do what Mike Leach did to this team last year. I think I'll know by the first quarter.
Sure.
This is one of those situations, if you don't like our play here, if you feel one way about it, don't go crazy or all in now. Get through one quarter of football and play a live line on this thing. Because I'm telling you, if LSU's struggling to stop them in the first quarter, they're going to struggle to stop them in the fourth. All right? And UCLA's probably a live dog and a live play. You won't get as good of an odds or as good of numbers there, but at least you know the answer to the question. Mm-hmm. If LSU is shutting them down in the first quarter, mark my words, there's no magic trick they're going to come up with. That means LSU's problems are solved, their holes are filled, and by the end of this game, LSU's defense is going to roll. So you'll be able to see what the offense is capable of doing. Is that UCLA defense good? Is it legit? How does Max Johnson look? All of the new toys that are going to be unleashed in this football game, all the skill talent, all the skill weapons for LSU, we saw them for UCLA against a lesser opponent. I think this is going to be one of the funnest games. I love that this game is going to be later. It's going to be at night. I'm excited about the atmosphere around it. I'm excited for my people down south being able to have a little something to look forward to for a little while. LSU has made it no bones about it. They're playing for the boot. This is the state institution of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay. They are playing for the state, and they are playing to kind of just give everybody 3 to 4 hours of, you know what, we're going to give you some normalcy. Mm-hmm. When this game is over with, you go back to all the problems that you got. Everything else you lost, you still lost it. but find a TV and find you a cold drink, and for 4 hours, let's watch the Tigers play. I think this team is going to kick the crap out of them. The fact that this is a short number, the fact that this is a small line has scared me all week. Sam, we're at the point where we're making picks, and I'm telling you now, it doesn't scare me anymore. I think the number is wrong.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a double-digit rout. I think this is SEC talent against Pac-12 talent. It is what it's always been. Big boy teams are going to go out there, and we're going to play big boy football against teams that aren't as big, aren't as strong, aren't as fast, and I don't think as well coached. The total at 65.5, if LSU's defense shuts them like a toilet seat, it's going under. But if they don't, I think LSU's hanging 30, 35 on them. I think we're busting the 65. I think we're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this on Monday, and it has been interesting to see the line move. And I honestly think that is 100% because people saw what UCLA did to Hawaii. And you now it's like you have information, and that's the only information that you have. You've seen
they got a warm-up game and we didn't. And I think that's invaluable, by the way.
Sure. Absolutely. You can you make the biggest improvements from week 1 to week 2. Right? Because you've seen what the team is against someone in a different uniform. But LSU, I just think, is that much better. I love Chip Kelly. I think he's a great coach. I think UCLA is going to have a good season. But they're going over 3.
Yeah, I think so too.